I understand that feeling of designing with your CAD software and then you take it to Lumion, looking at that reference image to get that kind of realistic rendering. But after all day, you don't get that kind of something. I've used Lumion for quite 5 years now, from Lumion 5.5 to Lumion 12.5. And I know that kind of stress which you get from tweaking all these things. What if I tell you that today I've arranged all these things which you take your time, like almost 1 hour to 2 hours to get together. I've reduced them to 30 seconds. Do you understand? From Photoshop, from Lumion to Photoshop, I've already arranged them. So today I'm going to show you how to import them in your Lumion. From Lumion, I'll take you to Photoshop. Simple. Just all you have to do is click the link in the bio to get it started so that while watching this video, it will be very, very easy for you to apply it and start using your rendering and your Lumion so well that even people who know you before will be wondering how you did this. This is very, very simple for even somebody who just started Lumion today. So an amateur, a professional who have been like me for a very long time. Just try it and you understand what I'm trying to say. So let's get to it, okay? After adding your objects, your trees and your background, which play a vital role in your rendering, the next thing you have to do is click on the photo mode, which we are going to capture a very nice shot for our rendering process. So after getting this shot, which I've already done, click on these three dots here, which is saying menu. Then we'll locate the load effect list and click there. Now, let's choose the daytime effect 1 to start our rendering. Okay, you click, you can see daytime effects 2026. You click open. Now it's going to load it. Remember, some people will be complaining that the camera rotated. That is how it is being set. I set it to be in a portrait mode. When you push it to your Photoshop, it is going to be in a photo. It's going to be in a portrait mode for people who are going to be viewing it from their phones. Okay. Now, after doing it here, we push it to render. Remember, when you are rendering, click on print. Now, when you click on print, change it from JPG to PNG. That is a very, very when you render in PNG, it's going to compress how sharp and how neat your rendering is. But when you render in PNG, your rendering is not going to be compressed. How it is being arranged, how the effects are being done is how it's going to appear in your picture. So you click on PNG and then you put the name here. Let me just give it a very nice name and just give it something like this, and then we click render. So you click save and we continue. Now we are in Photoshop. The next thing you have to do is click on create new. Now after that, click on create. Just forget about this and let's add a picture from our rendering. You just have to look for one of our pictures and drag it in. So we're going to be using this as our reference. Bring this down and drag it into our Photoshop. This is how you're going to see it. Don't click anything. Just remember it's going to be in what we call the crop. So use the crop tool to turn it to 90 degrees. Now when you turn it to 90 degrees, you now start cropping it. Hold here and drag it up, up. Just take the moment and move up. And also you follow the other one and come downwards, all right? Just take your time and do what you're doing. Now, after doing that, just click on good. And now we have our render in our Photoshop. Now, this is the moment of truth. Click on filter and under filter, locate camera raw filter. Now, when you click on camera raw filter, it's going to be loading. This is where you can do all the changes, click on exposure, contrast, highlights, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want you to go through the stress. I'm just trying to stop you from going through the steps. And we have to kill like 30 seconds of our time that we are meant to spend tweaking this to get the right one. Do you understand? So let's click on these three dots here. Click on the more image settings, which is the three dots, and click on the load settings. Now, when you click on the load settings, it's going to bring you somewhere here but this is not where we are going to use. You click on their one which you downloaded. Remember, we use daytime effect 1. We click on this outdoor 3 and we have to go. We click open and you will see what will just happen. This is the before, this is the before, and this is the after. Almost 1 hour of the time have just been cut down to 30 seconds. Look at the before again, and this is the after. So if you love this, don't forget to click on the link in my bio to get your own pack now. This is what you can get in daytime 1. On my next video, I'm going to show you how to generate the next daytime 2. Just the simple steps of this is what I'm going to show you. Again, I'm going to show you how to generate same thing with Overcast preset. I'm David. See you on the next video.